This is Trisha Schmalhofer with BAM, Badasses, Alchemists Mystics, and I'm here with Maria Bradfield. Hey, Maria.
Hey, Trish. How you doing tonight?
I am doing fabulous.
Good on a Sunday night.
It is a Sunday night, so it's 9 p.m. here, and it's, what is it,
6 p.m.
Yeah, 6 p.m. where you are. So we are both authors of this fabulous #1 international bestseller, and I just found out an award-winning,
An award-winning. Oh, wow. Really? I did not hear that.
Yes. Keith Leon, our publisher, was on one of my lives, and he said, we are an EIPPY, I think is the acronym, but it's an award that we have received for our book, Navigating the Clickety-Clack, How to Live a Peace-Filled Life in a Seemingly Toxic World.
Absolutely. That is incredible. I'm surprised. I'm elated.
I know.
I didn't expect what's happened to have happened. I just, I didn't expect it.
Well, let's talk. Is this your first book that you've ever participated in?
Yes, it was incredible that there was, when I was on the call and listening, and because I am writing my own book, and I'm about 3 chapters away from finishing it, and I said, what an opportunity. And I thought I had missed the window. And when I spoke with Keith, he said, Maria, I have 1 slot left. I said, oh my gosh, I'm in. I'm so in. And what an incredible journey. And it was a fast journey, I have to admit. So it was my first foray into writing.
Yes. And the way that this book was written, it was an interesting process for me. I contributed in another collection of authors, but we actually wrote.
Yeah, actually, okay. I'm glad we have editors to check our grammar.
Yes, I know. Obviously, I do. But yeah, the way that this book was, done was very interesting, very heartfelt, and in a different way. Where we spoke it, and then we could look at the written form afterwards. So the process for you, Maria, all in all, was a good one. What was it?
Oh. It's interesting you asked that, Trish. When I first, when I did the first recording, I thought, is that it? Because, they record everything you say, and then they give you the transcript. And when I first got it, I thought, this is not making any sense to me. And then I thought, wait a minute, that is the story. And then the speed to publish was incredibly fast. Yeah. So when we said we're given X amount of time, and when I got that final editing, I thought, you know what, I'm going to drop out because it's not really what I really wanted to say. There was so much more. And I don't know if you experienced that, but for me, I did. And then as Keith says, the great book is the one that's published. That's exactly what needed to happen.
Right.
So it was an interesting process, and I learned a ton, met some phenomenal people, and I would absolutely do it again.
Yes. When you found out that it was a #1 international bestseller, how was that for you receiving that news? Did you share it with people? How was that for you?
Well, I was actually, I think I was just, I was really surprised. I was actually very surprised. And then I said, oh, I don't want to boast. I don't want to, seem that it's more than it's not. It was just, and I kept saying, oh, I just have 1 little chapter. But when you look at the culmination of stories that are everyone's story, it is so powerful. And so, yes, it deserved to be on the international best-selling list. And so I thought, oh, okay, that's great.
Yeah.
It's exciting. I don't know. How did you feel? How did you feel about it?
The other book that I was in was also a #1. So
wow, good for you.
That was the first experience of that happening, and it was like so super exciting. And even just getting my first book in print, you know, was like, oh my gosh, like this is a book that I'm in. And
I know.
it was just as exciting for the second one to open it up and smell it. And I think why this one was even more sweeter was the whole international component, because that was not the case in the first one. So it just felt really expansive. And I got a really strong yes to do this book. And my story, kind of like you, I was like, wow, when I read it, I'm like, I don't know. It kind of sounds like I'm just kind of spouting off stuff. But as I read it, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's not like perfect grammar and like, but it has emotion and feeling in it.
Yes.
I
Yes.
ended up really liking the resonance of my chapter, and I'm glad that I got to share it. So
Yeah, it was just a great experience. And like you said, I learned and I connected with a wonderful group
yes,
of individuals, and I'll stay connected forever.
I think so too. It's a
Mm-hmm.
it's a very beautiful experience, and
Mm-hmm.
we really are all BAMs. We're all badasses, alchemist mystics in this group. I know.
I'm
So
going to lean towards that badass thing, though. You know,
you like the badass.
I'm
Yeah.
a bad. No, 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 no,
Yeah.
no.
Oh,
We actually are the alchemists and the mystics. I do have some spiritual things that happen, and I go, whoa.
yes.
Wow.
With mysticism, we just, yeah, it's tapping in and receiving that wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
So for your chapter, one of the things, actually, what there was a lot that grabbed me, and my I don't know if you can see my little dry erase way back there because it's kind of dark, but it says positive attitude and humor.
Yes,
what
yes, I
i
see it.
what I took away from your chapter, the highlight, were those two things, because for you, those were two important tools that got you through your clickety-clack time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and those are two that I really firmly believe in as well. So do you wanna share about either of those things or both of those things?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, geez, Trish, I'm glad you asked. No, I've just always had a pretty good attitude about life in general. And the one clickety clack story is only one of many in our lives.
Yeah.
And I've looked back over the years, and I actually went back to my childhood days and started reflecting on, how did I get through that? How did I get through that? How did I get through? And my family says, you're always so objective and optimistic. And so that's part of having a great attitude. And attitude shows up every day. And I have saying that I wrote many years ago, that 90% of life is about your attitude. The rest is window dressing.
Yes.
You so I live by that. And am I some days a hot mess? Absolutely. Some days I have a bad attitude. Just ask my husband or ask my children. I had bad attitudes.
Yeah.
But that's all part of your growth. But for the most part, I look for the goodness, and I look for the learning and the growth in every situation. And I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to be perfect, but my objective every day is to bring joy and positivity into my world and have a positive impact in those that I serve, that I support, that I love, that I am surrounded by. So I love to just bring happiness and a positive attitude. And of course, I am a crazy person. I will do some crazy things. So I love to have fun. Not necessarily, I do like to I enjoy myself. And I find that humor for me helped me get through my clickety clack. And it started with my first diagnosis, when my children and my husband would tease me about, because I had a partial mastectomy the first time. And then, so say, hey, mom, you got an uppie downy. You got an uppie and a downy, because it was kind of funny the way the surgery had left me. So it was pretty funny. They'd make fun of me and I'd go, okay, whatever. And then the second time, after getting through the shock of the second diagnosis, and thinking, oh, no problem, you got this, Maria, you'll do the same routine again before, was that, oh no, you got off. That is, in a way, no, is, you better do this. This is your, I looked at that as another message. What's going on? What's going on? Are you living your life's purpose? What else is going on for you that you need to jump into and evaluate? So I looked at that as a message. There's another message. So I looked at it and I say, humor. How do I deal with life? And how do I deal with my clickety-clacks? I find humor and enjoyment.
Yes.
So, and I'm sure you read in the book that I have a phenomenal support group. When the second diagnosis happened, I was involved with a great group of women in a profit that we started. And these women were so wonderful. And we threw a big party. We threw a big bye-bye boo party. And we're singing and we danced all night. We laughed. And then a good friend, she had, you're probably to remember this, but there was a movie, it was called Bye Bye Birdie. And so she took, you remember? Okay, so she the melody and she wrote new lyrics to the song, and we sang it that evening. My brother and another good friend of mine brought over these funny looking cakes, if you will. We just had a phenomenal, we laughed and had the best time. And then my girlfriend also made me these Bye Bye Booby t-shirts. And it was actually pretty fun. And I took them to my doctor, and my doctors, I've known them for a long time, because once you're diagnosed, you're following them and you're in there twice a year at least. And so I took it to the doctor. I brought the lyrics in the day of the surgery, and I said, here, to sing this song. And he said, absolutely.
That's incredible.
Oh, it really was. It was incredible. And he told me, doctor said that before we put you out, you were a little woozy when they give you some drugs. Oh, we sang, the nurses and the doctor together. And so he kept the t-shirt on him as a memento of this occasion. And it was just wonderful. So positive attitude, humor, be joyful, be grateful. I mean, I was given a second opportunity, actually, in my case, a third opportunity. Right?
Yes. Yes. And all of those things, like the joy, the positive attitude, it only uplifts you, raises your vibration, keeps your immune system healthy. And then it spreads to everyone else around you. It creates a beautiful life. And even when you're going through a second diagnosis, and you shared in your chapter just all of the things that were mulling around in your head and the worst case scenario, and what are your options, and how are you going to solve this? And it's like, you keeping it in that high vibration is what gets you through and the family through. And even the surgeon is in this uplifted place as he's doing his work, right?
Yes, he is. It was just, I had 2 surgeons in there, and they were phenomenal. And I was so blessed, because when I found out that I had an appointment, it was really, I was really angry for the first day, because the first thing I did, I called to make an appointment after my doctor had given me the names of some plastic surgeons and to talk to the situation. I said, All right, let me call them up. And the first thing they ask you when I first called is, what kind of insurance do you have? Oh, no, we're not taking any new patients. Like, you've just been given this diagnosis that you don't know if you're going to live or die. And that's the first question they asked you. And I did get angry for a moment.
Yes.
Called the next surgeon that he had given me, because he had given me 2 or 3. The young lady on the other side of the phone was so gracious. And she said, Maria, we are not accepting any new patients at such day, but hold on a moment. And so she came back and she said, we have an appointment at 10:40 today. Can you be here? I mean, was that a message?
That's all. It lines up, right?
Everything is, it lined up. And so, okay, so you're going in to see a surgeon. And I said, wait a minute, I'm going to go run down to get my nails done before I go see that surgeon.
That's right.
That's right. You want to look your best, right?
Yes.
So, see, there's that, like, I got to look my best. I don't know, this guy's doing, So I go down there and I'm talking to all the technicians there. And they said, well, what doctor are you going to see? And I said, well, Dr. X or Z or whatever his name is, and I don't have authorization to use it. And they said, oh my goodness, you know what they call him? And I said, no. And they said, the art. And I said, the artist. Because we lived in a neighborhood where we were close to all the nurses that worked in the hospital came down and stayed there. I mean, they got their nails done at the same place. And so everyone knew the doctor. So, as soon as I said his name, they're like, oh yeah, he's the best.
Yes.
He's the artist.
And every time you're saying, it keeps skipping a little bit, Maria. He's the artist. Is that what they're calling?
The artist. The artist.
Okay. So, and he's the one doing surgery on you. That's,
right. They call him the artist.
That is that's a God thing, in my opinion.
Yes.
That's a God thing.
Yeah, it's a blessing. It was a total blessing. I'm like, whoa, okay. And he and I hit it off beautifully. He was just another kind, warm, and we laughed a lot. We did. We laughed a lot with all of my surgeons.
That's important because I do therapy for a living, and I work with connective tissue and fascia, and trauma can reside there. And sometimes when we're working through patterns, people that have had surgery actually have trauma in their tissue from the surgeon having kind of a negative attitude, or maybe they were talking about something angry and they actually have a memory of this that comes up. And so the fact that you had this positive relationship with your surgeon, that translates into the tissue. So your body's going to accept the changes a little bit easier than if, there's a surgeon that's tired and grumpy and yelling at his nurses and doesn't know you,
I'd be going like this. I'd be going, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
No. Right? Yeah.
So there's April Sun Bradfield that's saying she loves you, Abu. Do you know who that is?
Yes. That would be my beautiful daughter-in-law. And yeah. I have 7 incredible grandchildren, and my name is Abue, A-B-U-E, Abuelita.
Oh, Abuelita.
So that's my name. Yep, that would be my gal. Yeah. Thank you, April. I appreciate that.
Yay, you're getting love.
I'm getting love.
So in your chapter, actually, this is in your bio. It has in quotes that you're a change angel. Mm-hmm. And that just touches my heart. And why is that something that you have been labeled as?
Well, I've been labeled as a change angel because of I'm a coach. I'm a life coach, and I'm a business coach. And we as change angels make an impact on people's lives. We pour into them and we bring out the best in others. So having the ability to see in others what they don't see in themselves and be able to encourage and lift them up, to be better, to be just to be better and stronger every day. You're making a change and you're having an impact on their lives. And to me, that is the biggest gift that anyone can have.
Yes. And as you say that, Maria, your eyes are getting teary. Like I can see the compassion and the passion and the love come from you when you say that.
Oh, thanks. And
That's
thanks. I appreciate
it's
that.
I want to share that with people that are just listening that might not be seeing this, that this is a genuine heartfelt thing, and you can tell that you love what you do. You love it.
Oh, I love what I do. I
Yeah.
am. It's a joyful experience. Just I've had the gift of, and pleasure of encouraging others to do things that they never thought they could, and that is so rewarding.
And
So to
see,
me, it's worth it.
as you say that, I'm seeing, I understand what you're saying. It's almost like that light goes off, like something happens and you see that transformation, you see it click, you see that. It's, yeah, very
Mm-hmm.
fulfilling. You're getting a little more love from Christina Bradfield
Ah,
Burnside. Just letting you know, you got all kinds of love coming at you.
they're coming in from Atlanta, Georgia, and I love them too.
Yay! Wonderful, wonderful. So let's see, what else we want to talk about from your book? From the book, the clickety
Oh,
clack, right? Is there anything
the
else?
book,
The
the
book,
clickety clack.
the clickety clack book. Um, I like,
Yes.
I like that. The other thing I liked about what you were sharing is that first onset of like being like the project manager, like, okay, we got to solve this problem, what is this problem, but then you allowed yourself to like let the emotion hit you with the second
Mm-hmm.
diagnosis and the tone of the doctor and all of that. But still, you always, I liked how you explained about always looking at your options. And for me, like staying in that peace-filled place in the midst of the chaos where you're still like, okay, what are my options? What's the solution? What's the best scenario here?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes. Mm-hmm. No, you're right. You have to look at all your options and you have to weigh your options. I can take course A or I can take course B. And I thought I was just going to take course A again, and that was not happening. That was just not. It's
mm-hmm.
like you do not have an option this time. So you got to take option B, because we're working on saving your life, not not letting you look good, if you will. And so like I said, it was like, okay, but I had to treat it like anything else. This is what has to happen. What are the next steps? And I do not like, let me tell you, Trish, I do not like to be vulnerable. Do not like to be vulnerable.
Why not,
So,
Maria? Why don't
oh,
you like to be
it's,
vulnerable?
you can't be out of control. It's like, oh my God, I'm vulnerable. I need people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's and it was part of my personal growth as well, right? It's part of your personal growth to say it's okay to be vulnerable. And
Yeah.
that was a lesson for me, to learn to be vulnerable and let it be okay for others to reach out and help you.
Yes. Because yes, I understand, especially if you're like the matriarch, you're the nurturer, you're the one that's, there for everyone else. So you got to be
Mm-hmm.
strong, but being vulnerable is actually, it makes you stronger.
It
It's,
does.
and then that connection with others, you're allowing them to assist you, which makes them stronger and feel better.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that building of connections and community or family, and you do quite a bit of that still with the breast cancer, different various events and things like that. You're still pretty active in those.
Yes, except this year, unfortunately. Yes,
Oh,
it was, you know, everyone has been devastated with the
tell
activities
me about it.
that they've been involved. But we started a nonprofit. Actually, when I got involved with, I got involved doing walks with Susan G. Komen Foundation at the time, the 3-day walks and the Avon
Yes.
breast cancer walks. And that's when I connected with what I call my Tri Valley Socks tribe. And we we started training together for these walks. And then we said, okay, let's start a nonprofit so we can help other women that are diagnosed.
Yes.
So we founded this nonprofit and we started doing fundraisers from, we had spaghetti feeds to golf tournaments to garage sales to you name it. We were doing it. And then one of the gals came up with this brilliant idea. Let's do a bra walk, very similar to the Komen and the Avon walks, but let's do an evening walk. And it's called Bras for the Cause. So it was an evening walk. I started as a 10K, and I was just overwhelmed by the love from the community and the support from the local community.
Yes.
And so we have, this year, had we not got canceled because of the situation, it is what it is, we would have hit the $2 million mark. And that, my dear, is impressive for what you start off as what one person has an idea, and that everybody joins in together, and the difference and the impact that you can make in your community.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Excellent.
So that was good. And then another funny story, because I am kind of crazy.
I love it.
We did we had one of our girls that was going to be walking down in one of the LA walks, and we said, hey, let's go cheer her on. And I don't really mean to offend anybody online. I said, let's go cheer her on. So we said, okay. So we all went down there, 5 of us, original 5 of us. And it was pretty incredible. We went down to Oxnard, LA area for the 3-day walk there. And each day we danced and we dressed up. The first day we did Walk Like an Egyptian and played that song all day, just
Yes.
encouraging these women. They're walking 60 miles. And if you've never walked 60 miles
No.
over a 3-day period, it is grueling. I've done it many, many times, as many of the women in our organization have done, and the men as well.
Wow.
So we started cheering, and that first weekend, I told the gals, I said, okay, we're going to do something different now, because we really need to make them laugh and encourage them. And that first year was when the Hookers for Hooters was born. And okay, and everybody goes, what is that? Hookers for Hooters. I mean, the walkers absolutely loved it. They were just screaming and cheering and laughing and taking our pictures. And I told all my girls, I said, let's just dress up and have some fun with it.
Positive attitude and humor.
Yes,
right?
Positive attitude. Come on, let's do this.
Yes.
I'm the cheerleader. Let's do this.
Yes.
So we dressed up like ladies of the night, and we ended up cheering. And the walkers were just laughing their, what's up, and having fun. And they said this was the best. This was so good. And so that started, and it's been 15 years that we show up for the walks.
That's wonderful.
We've shown up in San Diego, San Francisco, and we cheer for 3 straight days. So it's been phenomenal. And my nickname is Madam Maria.
Madam Maria, of course.
Yes, I'm the madam, and I have, all the gals, and we have the best time. We go down, we cheer, we root, we dance, we sing. We'll do street dances with them. It's so fun. So fun. Because when you're on mile number 22 or mile number 20, or you're looking straight up this hill that you have to climb, and you're going, oh, so encouraging people. And again, maintaining energy about it.
A few family members run marathons, and they say that same thing. Those people cheering you on keeps you going. It's that positive attitude. It's like this wave of positive energy that just keeps you going. So that's just wonderful. That's just wonderful.
Yeah. So that's kind of what we do. And so that's kind of our giving back to the community in more ways than one.
Totally.
Right.
I'm just going to read a comment from Beverly. I have known Maria my entire life, long before she became a life coach, and she has always been one of the most inspiring, positive energy, motivating human I have ever met.
Oh, wow.
Yay!
You're so sweet, Miss Beverly. I love you.
Thank you, Beverly.
I love you, Beverly. That's sweet. That's sweet.
Yes. So you have fans. You have people that love you so much and see all the good you're doing in the world. So as we start coming to a close, Maria, how can people work with you, contact you? What is your contact information, and what do you want to say?
Well, that's easy. What do I want to say? I want to say,
what do you say about that?
There's a couple things. May I, if I may, I'm
You
going to say this.
may.
I am actually doing, there's a couple things. It's like, you can reach me at coachingwithmaria.com. Coachingwithmaria.com. Go to my Facebook page and message me on Coaching with Maria. And if you want to work with me on a coaching level, I'm actually going to be launching in January a 12-week group coaching program. And we're going to talk about a lot of personal growth, personal development, including energy, including persuasion, influencing, clarity, physiology, a lot of different things. So it's going to be a great group coaching program. And if you're interested, shoot me an email or drop me a line on Facebook. And I'd love, 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 love to send you some information.
Yeah. Say your website one more time.
It is coachingwithmaria.com.
Coachingwithmaria.com. Maria, you are a breath of fresh air. You are a light in the world. I love your energy. I feel good even just conversing with you. So thank you. Thank you for
Trish, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. I am looking forward to having you join me on my podcast, Motivational Moments with Maria, that I publish every Monday.
Ooh.
Comes out every Monday, and and it's great. So I'll have you on my podcast, and I'll interview you about your contribution.
Lovely. And
good, we'll make that happen.
Yes. How do people find your podcast? Are you on platforms? Do they go through?
I'm on all the platforms. You can find me on iTunes. You can find me on iHeart. You can find me on Buzzsprout. You name it, you can find me. Again, Motivational Moments with Maria.
All right. Motivational Moments with Maria. Well, I've had a motivational 34 moments with Maria. This has been lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Trish. I appreciate it. I appreciate you so much. May you have the most phenomenal holiday season.
I will.
Please.
I promise I will. Mwah.
Mwah. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Peace.
Peace.